Put the powder in the glass. Pour an alcoholic beverage of your choice. I prefer whiskey. That's just personal. Just find a nice sedentary position. Relax. And stay there. Couch body.
Hello and welcome to Lunch Therapy. I am your host, Joel Marshall, and behind me is a comedy club where people are walking backwards and falling off the stage. I don't know why. But anyway, it's great to see everybody. It is Friday. Thank God it's Friday. It's noon here on the Pacific Coast. It's 3 o'clock on the East Coast. It's 7 o'clock in the UK. It's 12:30 in the middle of the night in India. And welcome everybody. We've got a live chat room, live guest today. Amie Lieberman is here. She's a hilarious comedian, and she's just a fun time. She and I did a show at the 3 Clubs here in Hollywood, and then later on I saw her at the open mic at the Hollywood Comedy where she was hosting, and she's like, I thought you were stealing somebody's material, because I was talking about sharks, and then she realized that somebody I was stealing from was me. So that's the best way to steal, I guess. Sometimes I steal money from myself too, which is very lucrative, I must say, very lucrative. I'm doing a show, for those of you tracking my performances. It's called Altered Reality, May 9th. It's Tuesday Thomas's show. Tuesday has been on the show before. She's fantastic. May 9th, Altered Reality. Not sure where it is yet, but watch this space. Also, we have a brand new website that we put up for the Hummingbirds. Hummingbirds are people who watch this show, Lunch Therapy. Hummingbirds like Howard or Ronan. Good job, Slob. Yeah, Slob 90X is our big sponsor. At the top of the show, we had regression drink. So just, a little bit of whiskey, a little bit of hot dog water washes that down. But anyway, back to what I was talking about. YourMovieList.com is a website where you can track all your favorite movies and keep a list and keep your top 10 list and share it with other people and share it with the world. And it's just a good way to, kind of show your personality. It's a new social network, right? Hoy. Hoy is what we say on the show. Instead of hi, we say hoy. Some people have written in and said that hoy means various interesting things in other languages. Some of them pornographic. So just know that when you say that out in the world. Those AI comedians in the background are bizarre. They are walking backwards and they never go to the mic. Yes, that's what happens with AI comedians. Some of them fall off the stage. Let's see what this guy does. Whoop. He's walking backwards. This one, is that me? I think that might be me. Oh, I fell right off the stage. Anyway, you don't want to do that when you're a comedian. We'll be talking to our guest today about that. Let's get into the show. This is called Lunch Therapy Interview Friday. Oh, smelly clam. Yeah, that's what holy means in some language. Holy there, Todd Lee. Great to see you. Heard pornographic. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. It's going to be one of those shows. Okay, people. Oh, that's one of the things. We're trying to get to 100,000 subscribers. We're at 84,000. So hit the like and subscribe, and maybe I'll get myself a hairdo someday. I don't know. But thank you to all the Patreons out there. Patreon.com/Joel Marshall is where you go to support the show. Kamala Lopez, Liz Lopez, Robert Lopez. All the Lopezes are in on this. Jane Marshall, who happens to be my mom. Jay Patterson, my co-host on Tuesdays for the trivia quiz. Pam Palmieri, used to be my boss many years ago. Neil Phillip, my college roommate. Seth Word, crazy man who dresses up like all kinds of animals. Jason Edelman, Daniel Muchler, Trivia King, and Mary Marks, who happens to be my current boss, strangely enough. Behind me is Guignel sent me this. These are hummingbirds doing their thing, doing their nourishment. Yes. Speaking of nourishment, we gotta breathe. Guided meditation. We claim that it's guided meditation, but the only person guiding us is Travis Schumacher. When exposed to a steady tone, groups of neurons begin to fire in sync. So let's do it. I'm going to shut up. I'm going to breathe in through the nose, out through the toes. Phase locking. Hold it. Let it go. Did you get a new job? New job, Matt says. And I say, yes, I got a nose job. I start Tuesday. In through the nose, out through the toes. Hold it. Let it go. No, I did not get a new job. I've been working the same job for more than a decade. That's how I fund my career, people. In through the nose, out through the toes. Hold it. Let it go. Yeah, I've been working for the same company for, I don't know, 14 years. I don't want to say who they are because they might be like, I don't want to be associated with that guy. We just want him to fix our computers. But figure it out, you know, you go to my LinkedIn or something. I found that my tinnitus provides all the tones I need, but it's not healing. Oh, Todd and his tinnitus. I wonder what would happen if Travis did this at a rave. Maybe if they hooked it up to one of those Moog synthesizers. Matt, maybe we can do that. Here in LA, they do sound baths at the raves. They do. We already do that. We're already doing that. Maybe this is a rave. In through the nose, out through... It's getting rave reviews. In through the nose, out to the toes. Let it go. That's right, I am working for the Woe Man. It's much better to work for the Woe Man, let me tell you. There's a new movie out where Sacha Baron Cohen, Sacha Baron Cohen, not to be confused with Sacha Baron Cohen. He's like a super like alpha male, and he's walking down the street and he smashes into a pole, and when he wakes up, everything's flipped, and all the women are in power, and all the men are the subordinates, and they're on the side of the bus, nude and things like that. I don't know. Interesting. I want to check it out. Much rather work for a woman, yeah. Most of my bosses have been women, and that's why I'm so healthy. That's why my mind is so healthy. My wife doesn't think so. Kamala thinks I'm stark raving mad. Some folks say the bowls actually help with tinnitus. I know. They do. Todd, jury's still out with him. Here's what Cam says. The thing is that if it were flipped, none of that gross stuff would happen. There's a lot of gross stuff too, right? Weird. We're finding out so many weird things about our society lately in these weird little flashes and strange little drops. It's hard to have faith in the world. We are not interested in seeing your junk on the We gotta get on with the show. Oh, there's a certain bowl that helps with tinnitus. Ask Bodhi about it. Oh, yeah, it's another kind of bowl. Oh, is there an option not to work for bullies? Yeah, there is. There definitely is. You gotta find your way, but you never know. Sometimes they replace your... That's happened to me too. Been at a job where I had an incredible boss. Judy Blood, what's her name? She didn't take blood at all. She gave blood whenever needed. And then they just pushed her out. Anyway, that's a story for another day. But right now, some wildlife therapy. He bowls. Poor guy. He has no lungs. Oh. Okay, well, we gotta look at this for a second. This is a bear, polar bear at the Oregon Zoo. His name is Colic. He's getting a refreshing bath. Oh my gosh. It looks like fun, right? I never thought ice baths would be fun, but oddly soothing. There he is. There's your wildlife therapy. Now we're going to get on with the show. Bring Amie on here to bring some class and intellectualism to the show. All right. That's a cutie, right? Kamala's always like, I want to have one. I want to have a... She doesn't talk like that. She says, I want to have one, Joel. I had a polar bear in Africa. Polar bears don't like Africa. It's too hot for them. Too hot, not enough ice baths. I think Boney tried edibles once. It went about as well as the lasagna. Boney, for anyone who doesn't know out there, is my assistant. He's a skeleton. Like many talk show hosts, we have skeleton sidekicks. Maybe we ought to, name the shows that have skeleton sidekicks. Because I think there are a few. I don't know, but we've got Boney. He's the best we can do. Got a great guest today. I got to get her out of the green room because Boney's trying to sell her drugs or whatever she's trying to do. We should show that lasagna clip. Oh, we definitely will show that lasagna clip for sure. Maybe even today. I don't know. I want a polar bear down, Joel. Say it in your best Veruca Salt. I want a polar bear, Daddy. I want a polar bear. Get me a polar bear. There's my Veruca Salt. There's actually a band called Veruca Salt, right? Isn't it true? Okay. Honing it in. My guest today is a real up-and-comer. As I said, I did a show with her at the 3 Clubs. Not 3 of clubs, 3 clubs here in Hollywood. And then I saw her hosting at the Hollywood Comedy. She's super funny. She commands the stage with her charm. She describes herself as a gay left-handed Jew. Please welcome my guest today. No other day. Well, maybe some other day. Amie Lieberman.
Agenda, the left-handed agenda, all right, you guys? Okay, so first on the left-handed agenda is abolish ICE. Exactly. Fuck those motherfuckers. I just had to say how I really feel, but honestly, I just realized that that's actually on the leftist agenda. But really, you guys, fuck ice. Like, I'm not even drinking ice or drinking drinks with ice in it. Just drink at room temperature. You know, and also, like, I'm not even eating shaved ice anymore. I'm just taking snow cone syrup straight to the dome.
Straight to the dome.
Thank you.
Yes. Amie
Hello.
Lieberman on Lunch Therapy. Welcome to Lunch Therapy.
Thank you so much. So happy to be here. Now that I know that you're not a clone, too. I forgot actually that I met you again
Remember
at the
that?
Hollywood Comedy, and I thought you were a clone. I
You're
was like,
like,
someone's
that
doing
guy is
your
stealing
shark
that other
jokes.
guy's brilliant comedy. This
Your
guy.
shark jokes.
My shark jokes, yeah. I
Yeah,
that's a
I thought
public service of mine. That's more than a joke. It's just a public service educating people about shark love and not hating sharks. Kamala loves all the
right.
colors. I am inspired by your colors. I see on your Instagram, and whenever I see you, you've got like bright, beautiful colors.
Thank you. I love color. I'm looking at my closet right now. My whole closet is different colors. I love to look at bright colors. I like to wear them. I like to make people happy with colors, but really it might be just, you know, the little bit of being on the spectrum. For me, I love a color spectrum, but I'm probably on the
Probably
spectrum.
on the
It
spectrum.
probably has something to do with the colors. Yeah, something like that.
Sometimes I think most comedians are somewhere on the spectrum. I don't know. Maybe everybody's on the spectrum in some way. But it seems like comedians, the way our minds go, I don't know. I don't know enough about psychology, but I know a lot of people that are friends of mine who are comedians say they have various on the spectrum kind of tendencies. Yeah.
Yeah, I noticed this as well. I was doing a show the other day, and there were the first three comedians were talking about being autistic, and then the
Yeah.
host was like, "All right, well, it's revealed. This is a comedy show where everyone is on the spectrum. Comics on the spectrum, you know."
Yeah. It should be the sequel to Love on the Spectrum. Comics on the Spectrum.
It should be.
Don't
Yes,
you feel? There
exactly.
we go. Take it, everybody. Take it and run with it. I think that definitely having a mind that kind of flits about to different things often is very conducive to comedy because comedy takes these right angle Tron turns. You know, where you'll be going one way and then just goes like completely the other way. And sometimes that can be frustrating if it's serious. If it's something serious, somebody's trying to tell you something serious. But if somebody's telling you comedy, that's kind of the nature of what it is, right?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, maybe your clone out there telling the shark jokes, you know, is you're on the spectrum clone, or
Yeah.
maybe not. But I'm worried about you during Shark Week. You know, I'm wondering about more clones
Oh,
that are gonna come
yeah.
over.
Oh,
You know,
definitely.
you gotta get ahead of that, Joel.
I've heard some people trying to, work my material and, they just can't do it to the level that I'm doing it because I have been talking about sharks for years, decades. I actually recently went and saw
Decades.
Jaws again, at the Motion Picture Academy. They had a big screening of
Fabulous
it.
movie.
Oh my God, it still holds up. And there's no way it should have been rated PG. There's no way kids should have been going to this thing. I was
No.
7 years old when I saw that movie, and it
Were you?
traumatized me. I'm clearly because I'm still talking about it today. Traumatized me because that's an
Were
R-rated
you afraid to
movie.
take a bath?
I was afraid to take a bath. Exactly. I literally was though. I'm not even kidding. I thought this. When you're a kid, you have these incredible imaginations. That's why you're scared all the time because you can anything. And I think we kind of put a tamper on it. You know what I mean? Like we tamp it down because otherwise we'd be terrified because life gets scarier even. Really. As you get older,
Yeah.
life gets scarier. Or at least that's my premise.
You
And
heard it here first.
yeah. So we try and be braver as we get older. And so we take those little imaginations that we have and we tamp them down. Have you ever noticed like late at night when you're home alone and it's dark, like they start to get out, like you start to imagine things that could happen? And
Yeah,
yeah,
I never let that happen. I had to leave all the lights on. The
I
electric
have to
bill was sky
like,
high.
yeah, I have to like distract myself, turn the TV on or something just to get me not thinking about it. And also when you're a little kid, you can imagine all kinds, you don't know what the parameters are of the world. And so anything could happen, monster under the bed or whatever. And then when you get older, you realize anything can happen. Joel, what would you say that your obsession with sharks rises to the level of a special interest? Would you say that your obsession with sharks rises to the level of a special interest? I think so. I think it is one of my special interests. Do I need to categorize that? Do I need to put that on my LinkedIn profile? I think I do.
I wonder at
yeah.
what time does it become a special interest versus just like a hobby or like I like that. You know, like when does it become
I know. When does it rise to
a
that
different
level?
category?
I think when you put it on your resume, you know, at the bottom of your
Yeah,
resume,
when you put it on your LinkedIn.
like special skills, special interests. I'm going to start putting that on there. Sharks.
Just sharks.
Just sharks. Just sharks. And also, well, maybe I should just become like a shark advocate. You think? I could join. Maybe every show should be sponsored by some, not sponsored. We should have some kind of way you can donate. I think that'd be good.
Would you wear a shark mascot?
We're here to talk about you, not my shark thing. Not my weird shark thing. Amie, I don't even know where you're from. Tell me where you're from.
Okay, yeah. So
Let's start there.
I grew up mostly okay. I grew up with sharks. No, just kidding. Actually kinda. I grew up in Florida.
Killing sharks?
I'm from
Your parents were like shark
Did you
slaughterers?
say killing?
Yeah.
Yeah, right. No, I would never harm a shark. They're too cool, you know, and most sharks are not there to hurt people, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's see. Oh yeah, lots of animal advocacy. Absolutely. That's what we're here for.
Sven in Belgium, he says sharkophobia here. Jaws at a tender age. He also had it there in Belgium. Sponsored by sharks. It's like Sesame Street. Anyway, so you're in Florida. Your parents were, what were your parents besides shark killers? No, they're not shark killers. No, they're not. They're not.
They're gonna watch this and they'll be like, you know, everything was great except for when, you know, he mentioned we're shark killers. So my mom was a seamstress, and which was really cool when I was younger because she would make my clothes, which was nice.
Cool.
A little more frilly than I would have chosen for myself, but it was a nice privilege, and I was so grateful for her to like make me clothes and to think about it. And then my dad, he had a few different jobs, but he was he changed jobs all the time. But what I think his main thing was like an auto mechanic at a few different car retailers. But
cool.
Yeah, he liked that. Yeah, so that was the Florida life, and I was the black sheep of the family. You know, I just wanted to make everybody laugh and entertain and put on a crazy outfit and run around a shark costume, you know, maybe. And I'm going to keep bringing it back to sharks.
Yeah, just keep bringing it back.
Yeah. And I had special interests galore.
Did you?
I like to say I'm a claw machine wizard. You know,
claw
like the
machine. The claw.
Yes.
Just
claw.
like in Toy Story.
Exactly. Yeah.
Really?
I learned I was good at the claw machine at like 5 years old.
You mean there are people who are good at it?
was.
I thought it was a scam. I thought it was
sure.
a total scam. Like it was impossible to pick those things up.
It's called skill game for a reason.
Yeah,
you know?
I guess so.
Some of them really are called skill game. Those are the scam ones.
Yeah.
But I developed a crazy collection of stuffed animals because I was so good at the claw machine. So I had a room full of stuffed animals, still kind of do, because I learned that my wife is also good at the claw machine.
Yes. Oh my God. So you're both stuffed animal lovers. Stuffed animal lovers.
Me more. She tolerates them.
Yeah. I got my wife a stuffed octopus for her birthday the other day.
That's so cute.
Quite nice, I must say. It's very nice.
What color?
It is a kind of orange color, but it has white specks, dots on it. Like it's like a Dalmatian, I guess. Dalmatian octopus.
Ooh. Dalmatian octopus. That's adorable.
Yes, it is adorable. And I wonder, maybe it changes color. Who knows? Because I think is it squids or octopuses? Mostly, she has mostly rabbits.
Maybe.
You know, we've gone over this on the show, strangely enough, because during the pandemic, we had a lot of time. And we have determined that it is octopuses. And everyone wants to say octopi because I think it makes octopuses makes them feel uncomfortable.
Really?
I don't
Huh.
know. I don't
Well,
know, but we all want to say octopi.
some people, however it's easier to translate.
Yeah. However it is. Stuffed out. Oh, so many
Yeah.
one-liners to be had, but he's keeping it clean. Thanks, Todd. Thanks for keeping it clean out
Hmm.
here. Because this is an afternoon show. There's lots of kids who could be watching, especially with all the stuffed animal talk. Hopefully
And
they
the
will.
shark talk.
And the shark talk. I mean, kids love sharks, right? What's the plural of Jesus? I think it's Jesus's. But is there such a thing?
I don't know. I'm Jewish. I'm learning about him every day.
Is there? Yeah. Is there a Jesus's? I don't know.
Multiple Jesus.
Well, I guess if you had a statue of Jesus and you'd be like, and had another statue of Jesus, you'd be like, I got two Jesuses. Jesus. Anyway, so
Jezai. Oh, I get it.
Jesus.
Jezai.
Jesus.
Jezai. Okay.
So you're in Florida. Jesus was Jewish, though. Yes, Jesus was Jewish.
That's right.
That's for sure.
Was.
Because there
Yeah.
was no Christianity when he was born. It really didn't happen until later, even after his life, right? I mean, I don't know. Who knows? Who knows about these
Who
things?
knows?
We're not here to talk religion. We're we're here to find out
See
about
how many
Amie.
times you're gonna say, "We're not here to talk about sharks. We're not here to talk about religion."
This show is called "We're Not Here." We're just not even here.
We're not here.
Okay, so you're there and you're like, I'm funny. I'm the black sheep of the family. I think I will do comedy somewhere in my life. Did you ever start doing it at that point, or did you hold it
No.
deep inside
Well,
you and tamp it down like your fears as a child?
yeah, it was more like that. It was kind of like I will do it someday. I'll be in a position where it could happen eventually.
Yeah.
The
Plural
plural
of
of Jesus is Armageddon.
Armageddon.
Oh.
Because I guess Jesus comes back, like the second coming of Jesus, I guess, in the world. I don't know. And I haven't read that in a long time.
Fair.
But yeah, this is a religious show. So we're going to have to do some Bible study after this.
This is a religious show. I'm gonna get baptized on the show.
Yeah,
Then you can derail my parents from being upset about being called shark killers.
that's right.
Like
That's right.
at first, and then you got baptized. Okay.
We try and
But yeah,
convert our
so
guests to Christianity in this show. That's
it's
the
a
whole
trap.
objective.
First, you'll stare at the polar bear doing the actual polar plunge.
Right. Get them, just ease them in. Ease them in.
Hmm.
Jesus and his clones destroy the earth. Sounds like a South Park episode. Oh my gosh. Okay.
It
Anyway.
does. It really does. Anyways, yeah. So the voice was suppressed for a long time.
Yeah.
I had a ton of people tell me, you sound like a stand-up comedian. You should be a stand-up comedian. It was just, and I was like, I just took the compliment. I never really thought that I can do it, or like, I thought that I'd be able to make it happen in the future, whenever that could be. I didn't really have the pathway kind of set out for me. And then it wasn't until last June, a week before going to Japan, that I got laid off, and I cried about it on the Zoom interview. Snot rockets everywhere. I was very sad to get laid off, but then
They laid you off by Zoom?
oh yeah,
They didn't even
yeah,
have the
that's it.
guts to be in person to make you come into the office
No.
or whatever. Please come into the office. You're fired.
Yeah, exactly. It's actually, it was fun during Zoom. You kind of get a little surprise. You don't have that like walk to the office like I know what's coming. You think you're gonna have a lovely chat like every other day, and then you find out
Horrible.
that's what's happening. So yeah, it's like the most extreme version of a surprise party that you don't want.
That's terrible. I remember this guy
It's
that I
okay.
knew briefly worked for, I won't say the name of the place, but he got this really fancy job and he kind of like talked his way into it. He was way above his head. And then he was on the other side of the country and they said, oh, you have to come back to the West Coast to go into the office. And he came back to the West Coast and they were like, give us your computer. You're done.
Oh my
He had to
God.
fly all the way back. And then he thought it was going to be something good. It's terrible. Terrible.
Yeah, you never know.
Mark mentions up to 38, 50, and she gets a lunch therapy t-shirt. We're doing well. We're doing
Yes,
well.
exactly. I want the whole wardrobe actually.
Yeah, you
I want the
definitely.
hat,
The shoes,
the shirt,
the gloves,
yeah, oh, the shoes.
the
Yes,
shoes, of
the
course.
gloves.
Yeah.
There you go.
The bony gloves. They have bones on them. That would be kind of cool.
I feel like you're serious.
Well, we do have merch. So if anybody down below the video, you can buy merch. So okay, so you were you going to Japan with the job?
No,
Oh,
no,
you were just
definitely
going to
not. I
Japan. You're like,
wasn't.
I'm going to Japan. You're like, maybe you should stay there. They're like, maybe you should stay there because you don't have a
Yeah.
job anymore.
It was a leisure trip that me and my wife were going to take.
Yeah,
16 days. We had like 9 cities planned. We were going to Tokyo Disney because we're both in love
yeah,
with Disney.
yeah.
Yeah, Disney adults here. Sorry.
That's good.
And then yeah, so they did the layoff on the Zoom, and then I was like crying in her arms, and I was like, I was literally crying, and I was
Oh,
like, so I guess I have to do stand up comedy now. And then she's like, yeah. And then we both like laughed. I think this is finally time to do it. So
yeah.
yeah, age 36,
Wow.
and and then I was like, I kind of felt this like instant relief over me. Not that I
Hmm.
was like, oh, it's gonna work out, but that I'd finally be able to do something that I've always wanted to do,
That's
kind
great.
of thing. So it was like I couldn't really do it when I was working 40 to 50 hours a week. It didn't make sense. I didn't know how I could devote
Yeah, it's
time to do
hard.
it, but
It's
like,
hard.
yeah. Oh, there's so many moving parts of, Joel,
Yeah.
you're your own writer and director and
Oh my God. Yeah.
stylist for the show, and the performance itself. There's just,
And you also
you're
have
your
to
own
be sort of
everything. And
on all the time, and sometimes if you're like exhausted and finally you get like a show and then you don't feel like it. Like I wish I could just stay home. I mean, I always feel like it when I'm doing it and after I do it, but sometimes just before the show, I'm like, what am I doing? What? What am I doing?
That seems to be a common thing in our comedy community. I have a friend
Yeah.
that says he's going to cancel every single show like 2 hours before. He's like, I think I'm just going to tell them I'm bailing. And I was like,
Yeah.
okay, you let them go through the process, and then they end up doing it. They
Yeah.
do a great job. They kill, they crush, they
Yeah.
pulverize, whatever. And they're like, the cycle just repeats itself.
It
That's
does. It
that
just
going
repeats
back to
itself.
imagination.
Yeah.
You let your mind, go back to that imagination place of
Imagination
what could
is
go wrong.
dangerous and also it's your gold. It's both of those things. That's interesting that you said
Exactly.
because we were talking about tamping down your imagination, but you really need it when you're writing material. Otherwise, you're just going to be talking about Tinder or something.
Or sharks.
Or sharks, right? Otherwise, you just get obsessed with sharks. That's 39 and 40 now. So we're heading towards the 50 mentions. Life is a wandering path, and you never know when you come to a fork in the trail. Yep. It's true. Sometimes you're like, well, sometimes you're forced into taking the other fork, and you're like, thank God. Thank God. Because I would have never done it
Yeah.
on my own, being all comfortable with this job.
Yeah, exactly. And I was making really good money, and I'm 10 times happier now. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm very lucky that my wife is able to support us
Yeah.
and my two senior poodles
Oh,
still.
you
I
got
wouldn't be able
poodles?
to do it. I got poodles. They're in the other
Oh,
room. They
nice.
sleep 24 hours out of the day.
Good for them.
They're very cozy, and one has dementia, but she's thriving. She's great, but they are they're they're
Are
kind
they
of a
as smart as
therapy
people
dog.
say? I mean, they're generally pretty
Yeah,
smart, right?
smart's smart's a great word. They're very manipulative. They can really, try to get you to do whatever you want. They got all the faces in the book to try to make you give them a treat constantly.
Yeah.
They run the show
Yeah.
essentially, but they're not like those America's Got Talent poodles that are like jumping through hoops and
No,
on
who
their
knows how they do
hind
that?
legs.
I'm sure they're not. I'm sure they're
Who
just
knows?
like that on stage. After the show, they're like, I'm not doing anything. Get me my kibble.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just a show. They're not really like that. Um, so
Yep.
okay, so did you just throw yourself on stage, or did you go to a class, or what did you do?
Yeah, so I had a gift card for Upright Citizens Brigade that my wife bought me in 2021,
Hmm.
and I kept saying, "Oh yeah, I'll use it." When the time comes, when we have a clear schedule and I'm not consumed with work. So I actually got to use the gift card that she gave me for stand-up classes
Cool.
uh, many a years later.
Yeah.
And I took classes, and it was fun. It was great. It was like a group of like 11 or 12 of us, and we'd go up there, we'd share some, we just start talking. They just wanted us to start talking and get comfortable with the microphone. And that was like a 6 week class once a week. And then we had a class show, and they put me first because they said I have a lot of energy, and it was wonderful. It went really well. It was, I mean, I'm very comfortable behind a microphone. I
Yeah,
I
you are.
feel
You do
really
seem like a
good.
natural.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I taught yoga for a long time, and I think I was mainly telling jokes when I was supposed to teach them how to do yoga. So I think that's where I got kind of comfortable there, behind the microphone. And then I started getting booked. I've been so grateful to get booked like left and right, which has been so nice because I can't sit still and I have to constantly be doing something, and I love it. And I started hosting at
Yeah.
Hollywood Comedy. That's where we met.
Yeah. How did
Or
that
maybe your
happen?
twin. We
How did
still
that
don't know.
happen? And how does that feed your comedy?
Yeah. So my friend was hosting at Hollywood Comedy, and he was like, you have a lot of energy. Maybe you want to host." It was just something as simple as that. And I was like, well, that sounds fun. I feel like I'd enjoy that. And then I essentially just DM'd the Hollywood Comedy, in the little Instagram way that we have there,
Yeah.
and asked them if they had anything available. And she was like, well, you're here right at the right time. And they had a hosting spot available for me at 10 a.m., which
Perfect.
everyone finds absurd.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it was, yeah, it was perfect for me. I was like,
Yeah.
I'll eat an egg at home, and then I'll go host at
That
Hollywood
10 a.m.
Comedy.
slot is where all the pros show up, though, because it's a 15-minute slot. So you have to be there for
Exactly.
2 hours. So people who come to that are really dedicated, or they're really high.
Yes.
Some of them are really high too.
It's true.
I
Are you
know.
making a joke? Because
No,
that's
I'm
like for
serious.
real. They,
I'm serious. Boney shows up there
yeah,
sometimes. Hi.
yeah, they sit out there, and they
Yeah.
they they smoke, which is great. I'm a cannabis enthusiast.
Uh,
I think it's so funny because some people will check in with me, and they'll be like, "I'll be right back. I'm gonna go smoke a bowl," and I'm like, "Okay, sounds good.
Sounds
I
good.
can't wait to hear how your comedy,
Yeah.
happens." Like I think I only know some of these people as like stoner comedians
Yeah.
sometimes. Like
Yeah.
it's a real
George
big
Carlin
a
said
different
that he
definition of wake and bake.
George Carlin said that, and I'm not either way. I'm advocating or not advocating, but um, George Carlin said that he would write out his whole set, like write it out, because after a while he just said, I just know what's funny. But he said that he would get high later and look at it, and that would be his like punch up time. And I think that's probably true. Like the initial writing, probably not a good idea. Because then you read it later, you're like, what is this? But maybe the punch up, yeah,
Totally. And I don't know about you, but sometimes I write in my notes just like maybe two or three words,
yeah,
and then I'll go back to it and be like, what why did I write zebra, giraffe, Sprite?
yeah,
Like, and then you got to find the reason why you potentially wrote that originally,
yeah.
and it's like now I'm learning through this. You got to write out the full experience or the full thought process, because you can't trust
You
your
can't
brain.
trust your
Maybe
brain.
as a non-cannabis enthusiast, you can
Maybe you
a little bit
can.
more.
Do, do you have a method for writing? Did UCB teach you any kind of a method for writing jokes? Or was it really
They
just
did.
initially getting up there? Yeah, go ahead.
They taught standard joke structure.
Mhm.
They did, and they showed a lot of different ways that you could do it. And I tried that for a little bit, and then I would do that, and then eventually I would just go back to how I'd say it, because in comedy we're all just trying to find our voice, right? So
Yeah.
like I try to write in this joke structure, and it wouldn't sound like me. It wouldn't feel like me as I was telling the joke. But something that I'm super grateful for that I should mention is my wife actually helps me write, and
Oh,
she's my writing partner. So we have
ah,
a very creative household here.
that is
With
cool.
that, yeah, it's been really cool because sometimes I'll write something and she'll laugh, she'll be like, I love that, but if we added this little thing, that can make it even funnier. And then sometimes she'll be like, that's not funny, and you're still so funny, but that's not
Yeah,
funny. And
yeah.
then she'll think of something else. So it's this wonderful back and forth thing, which is like really nice and exciting, and it's kind of like brought a new creative aura to our apartment here.
Yeah, my wife's a writer too, so she helps me out a lot. And then
That's
also
awesome.
some of the my best jokes, like jokes, are when she's been like, "Let's sit down and write a joke," because I'm not as disciplined sometimes. She's like, "Let's sit down and write a joke," and so some of my opener jokes are from just like 2 minutes where we sat down and wrote a joke. And then
I love that.
also sometimes you write jokes though, and you're just like, that's not me, and that's how am I going to put that in there? And that's not really going to fit. Like I'm not Anthony Jeselnik or somebody. I'm not going to put in like a joke about killing my dog or whatever, just weird things. But I mean, I think it's all if you work on joke structure, you kind of have to set it aside when you get in front of the mic because otherwise it becomes very mechanical and people can feel that for the most part.
Yes,
Unless you've
I think so too.
honed some persona that is like not you, but is, definitely like Anthony Jeselnik. I don't think he's a murderer, but he sometimes sounds like one. All right, so I'm going to play another clip.
Honestly, you guys, like, Haha Club, like, I think he's trying to make this Haha Club like North Hollywood's first orgy club. You come for the comedy, you stay for the orgy. Haha Club. I was thinking just before, like, maybe this place is called the Haha Club because Michael Jackson already took his comedy club named the Hee Hee Club. Oh, God. That made the asthma come out, you guys. Hee Hee. Okay, I'll work on that later. Hey, everyone, I'm Amie Lieberman, and I'm gay, left-handed, and Jewish. Gosh, thank you. I'm just going to go ahead and assume you support all three of those groups.
All right. Oh, what happened? It's Disneyland all of a sudden. Oh my God.
I love it.
I don't think I can show that. They'll probably like kick me out for showing the castle. But anyway, we had a little
Yeah,
bit of
half the
Disney.
castle's good.
We had a little bit of Disney. A little bit of Disney.
A little bit.
So
Yeah.
yeah, I just love your whole persona. I mean, just the way you are on stage is just great. And you're
Thank
also,
you. That's so
you're
kind.
very you. You're not trying to be somebody else. Have you
I don't know
taken?
how to be anyone else.
You don't? Are you an actor, by the way? Do you
No.
aspire to do that
Mm-mm.
at all?
Yeah, I would. I definitely I would take an acting class and like have fun with that. I feel like it'd be a good time.
Yeah.
Eventually,
Hmm.
of course. I think one of my biggest regrets in like high school is that I didn't do like the drama club because well, it sounds like it'd be very educational, but my wife would say that's where like all the queer kids were. So I'm
Hmm.
like, dang, I missed out on like the queer community in high school.
Didn't
But
even know where they
yeah, I
were.
think it'd be that's where they were apparently.
That's where they
There's a
were.
lot of closets there.
That and the football team.
But
Maybe
oh
wrestling.
yeah,
Maybe wrestling. Wrestling for sure.
maybe wrestling. That's
Maybe.
a lot of touching.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a lot of touching.
Maybe. But yeah, in the clip, I'll give some background to why I said that. The host was trying to make it like an orgy. I don't know, have you done any shows at the Haha Club,
Yes.
Percy?
Yes.
Okay. Well, Percy goes around and he asks everyone for their craziest sexual escapade, like
Really?
their wildest
That
sex
didn't happen when I
story.
was there. Must be.
Oh, yeah. Well, he asked like 20 people.
Oh
And
my God.
it was great. It was very engaging. It was really
Yeah.
fun. I love Percy. He's fantastic. But it was and then there was something where he was like trying to also do this like matchmaking game. And it just felt like if someone was trying to conspire an orgy in a comedy club, that's
That's
the
how
way
they
you
would
would
do
do
it.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
And when you did the Michael
Exactly.
Jackson impersonation, was it from the song where he goes hee hee like that? Is that what you were doing?
Yes.
You're like, I
Yes,
gotta work
but
on
for
that
some
one.
reason oh yeah. Well, I shouldn't have done that with asthma. It was too ambitious.
Todd says I would have immediately gotten up and left. They were asking me about my sexual fantasies. Such a prude. I'd be
You would
like,
have stormed out.
I'm out of here. This is not comedy. This is what is this? Some kind of orgy? Oh my God. The Haha
What is
Comedy
this, a
Club
sex
is,
club in Berlin?
yeah. It's really fun though. the ha comedy, but it's definitely uh, you get some hecklers and interesting audience there. At least when I went there. I went there with Guy. You know, Guy's Night. Have you ever heard of Guy's Night? Guy Rubin.
Yeah, I've heard of it.
Yeah, it's pretty fun. Pretty fun. What are some of your favorite shows, or what are your places you like to go do comedy?
Oh yeah. So actually, one of my favorite places is called Akbar. It's a queer bar in Silver
Oh my
Lake.
God, isn't
I
that?
don't know
I
if you.
haven't been there in so long. It's actually where I went to see a friend do comedy maybe 10, 15 years ago. And she introduced me to Cynthia Levin, who ended up being my comedy coach and getting me all onto the comedy thing. But I haven't been there since. Akbar. Still around and
That's
still happening, huh?
amazing.
Yeah.
Yes, it's been going on for 20 years. The host and producer of the show, Bruce, he's absolutely so wonderful, and he talks about how they've been running the show for 20 years.
Wow.
And that was like my first real show after the UCB class show.
Hmm.
I essentially was just in the right place at the right time. My friend introduced me to the producer. He liked the vibes. He put me on, and I went from doing a 5 minute set at the class show uh, to like a week and a half later doing my first 10 minute set at Akbar. Like,
Nice.
and with pros, with seasoned
Yeah, there's some good
comics where,
comedians there. Yeah.
there really are. And it's a wonderful environment. It's a free show every Tuesday. He puts it on once a week. Akbar does not advertise it. It brings in so many audience members. I don't think they need to do a full advertisement or anything like that, but it's a great vibe. It's always a warm room. That's probably one of my favorite places. And then I'd say I host a show at the Kantiki in North Hollywood,
You do.
which is just it is a cross between like the Rainforest Cafe and Hooters. Like this place,
What is the Kantiki? I never even heard of it.
it's a tiki bar, but it also looks like a sports bar, and I'm not even kidding. It looks like Rainforest Cafe and Hooters.
Really?
Like you
Looks just
have
like
to see this place.
it
Yeah,
sounds kind of cool,
looks like
but distracting probably. Is it distracting to the
very
audience?
distracting.
Very distracting. Yeah.
It's
Kantiki.
extremely distracting. They have a ceiling that blinks with like Christmas lights the entire time, and they have a permanent Christmas tree up.
Oh, perfect. The Kantiki. It's not the
Yeah,
little tiki bar that's on Sunset. It's a different place, right?
it's a different place. Yeah,
Looking at it now, but all they have on their website is drinks. Just tons of drinks, which is good.
tons of drinks.
And so do people come there for the comedy, or is it like it's a bar and there's some comedy going on in the corner?
They come there for the comedy.
Yeah.
The back of the restaurant has a fantastic stage. The producer, Lexi, she's lovely,
Yeah.
and it's a guaranteed good time
Sounds like
every
fun.
time.
Sounds like fun.
Yeah, it's great. It's fantastic. And let's see other spots. I mean, the Hollywood Comedy puts on a great show.
Mhm.
Ice House in Pasadena. I just did Altered Reality
Oh, you did?
last week, and that was really fun.
Where
Yes,
did you do it? Because I
with
don't even know
Tuesday
where we're doing
Comics.
it. Tuesday was on the show, and she asked me to be in that, and I'm like, I don't know where it is, but I'll be there, however it is. Where was it?
It's at a secret location.
Oh,
There
it's
was
one of those.
it's one of those.
It's one of
But it
those.
was a fantastic environment because the spot inside was from like like Pimp My Ride. Do you remember that show with
Yes.
Exhibit?
Yes.
This was when they did like a Pimp My House series,
Really?
which I didn't know
I never heard.
existed,
I
and
think I heard of that too.
the
Yeah.
whole place is the place inside looks like where like the Muppets, like the
Oh,
Dr.
wow.
Keith and the Electric Mayhem band would hang out. That's what it looks like in there.
Is Dr. Keith the guy with the gold tooth?
Yes,
I love
he
that
is.
guy. That guy.
What's not to love, right?
What's not to love about that guy? He's cool, that guy. Did you grow up
He's very cool.
loving puppets and that kind of stuff? And like,
Yeah.
you're still kind of a kid. I think that's another
Yeah, I
prerequisite
am.
for comedians. You have to still be kind of a
Okay,
kid.
yeah.
Uh,
I think so. I mean, there's people that are not, but like I think sometimes it's nice to, embrace your inner child. It feels good.
it does.
But I'm a Disney adult. I like puppets. I like the Bob Baker Marionette
I've
Theater.
never been. I've
You
got
ever
to
go
go
there?
there. I've got to go
You like
there.
marionettes?
Yes, of course I do.
Yeah. You gotta go. It's fantastic.
Okay, I'm
It's
gonna
like
go
it's the oldest marionette theater. Yeah, take your wife. You guys should sit on the floor it might be uncomfortable for your back, but the puppets might sit on your lap or like tip your
Really?
hat.
Oh
Some
my
people would
God.
be like, that sounds like the worst thing in the world, but I think it's kind of fun.
I've always wanted to go. I'm a big fan of Sid and Marty Croft. Who Sid Croft just passed away. Marty was on the show and he passed away. So that I feel like that stuff is going away. Bob Baker apparently not around anymore either. But
Hmm.
we got to keep that stuff going because it's gold. I'm going to go there and do a roving reporter for lunch therapy for sure.
Yes, you should. You would.
I should.
Sometimes you do it back. Oh,
Oh, oh,
ooh.
oh, hummingbird powers activate. I told you this is a show. This is not a podcast. It's a show.
I know. This is a fantastic show.
Someday we'll have more advertisements for weird things that people can buy. I don't know. I don't know. Okay, so speaking of that, I don't know. Speaking of that, yeah, no, speaking of that, are you looking at doing stand-up comedy as a career, and how do you think you're gonna mold that in your life?
Yeah. Yes, I'm totally looking at it as a career. I finally feel like I'm in a place where I'm doing what like makes my heart beat and
Yeah.
what makes me get up in the morning besides, my amazing wife and my dogs and like just having a great time in life. But I feel like the way I will mold that but is just by doing it, just getting up on as many stages as possible and hosting at these open mics. I really love creating a welcoming high energy environment for people, and like mainly in like an open mic kind of facility because you're definitely stepping out of your comfort zone and like being vulnerable, and I like being there for other people. I like being a support system for
It's
people trying to do
invaluable.
things they're passionate
It's
about.
so valuable when you go there and there's a host like you because you know you're going to get something because you're trying to stimulate a club
Yeah,
situation, and we all have to like really
yeah,
be engaged and not be on our phones and really be there for each other, and you set that stage really well, and I really appreciate that. And
thanks.
it is a gift, and it also is a skill to be honed for when you do clubs and tiki bars or wherever, is that person really has to set the stage, otherwise it's a struggle, you know. It
Yeah.
really helps.
Yeah, and everybody could still do their thing even if there's not an engaging host, but I think that it's like if you can get if you can get the best out of people, like if you can try to create an environment where people feel their best in doing what they do, like it's gonna make for a better vibe overall. Like the big
Definitely.
picture is just like good vibes are all there to have fun and laugh and enjoy. And that's like if you think about that being the main goal, then it creates a better setting. But yeah, I hope to do this as a career. I'd love to take this as far as I can, and I'm very deep in it in every way except for posting on social media. I need to
Yeah,
get
that
better
was
at
one thing
that.
I wondered about that because I
Intimidating.
was doing my research for you, and I didn't find you on YouTube. I found your Instagram, but you're not posting a lot of things. Do you? I mean, I thought maybe that was your philosophy to just remain mysterious,
I
or
should pretend it is.
do you do you
No, it's
do?
just
Are you
yeah.
afraid of like burning your material by doing that?
Um,
I
well,
just threw
I
a
just
comment in there
yeah.
that
Let's
was
see.
wow. He typed some ridiculous stuff in the wrong. Okay. Anyway,
That's funny. Every website has a chat box.
yeah,
you gotta
definitely,
you gotta be
definitely.
careful, or it could be fun. But I like I said, I just started 6 months ago, so I just
Yeah.
sometimes time just feels like it's going,
I
so
mean, you're
fast in like the
doing
best
really
way.
well, really, really well, I gotta say.
Thanks,
Because
Joel.
this stuff takes a lot of time, and you're already like moving quite quickly. Because I think partially because you
Thank
love it, and
you.
partially because you're natural, and partially because you're putting in the work.
Yeah,
Those are all
definitely
the
putting in the
partial
work,
things.
but those are
Yeah,
the partial
those are
things.
the
Yeah,
partial things. The
exactly.
whole things, I don't know anything about, but I know about the partial things. Anyway, but yeah,
It's
so
the
I think you're
partial
doing
stuff that
really
counts.
well.
Yeah.
Do you want to do like, are you trying to build a special, or do you want to go touring, or what, or both, or do you want to make your own
Yeah.
show? Yeah, all of those things.
Both. All those things. Both would be ideal. I would love a special. I know that everyone wants a special, but one day I know that'll happen.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'd love to tour all over where anyone would accept me. And me and my wife are going to produce a show. in the summer. I'll tell you a little bit about that.
Okay.
We're gonna call it comedy show and tell, where the
Oh,
comics
nice.
they do their set and then they bring something for show and tell,
Oh,
and
cool.
they talk. Yeah, and it could be anything within reason, and
Yeah.
they talk about it, and they do funny things to talk about it. Like you could bring your board game. It sounds boring. You could bring your dog. Like I don't know what people will bring.
Your
Something
dog.
special to them. Something they found on the street. A Lunchable.
Yeah.
And
Something
I
they
just
found on the street. I found this on the street,
yeah.
and I want to know what it is. I don't even know if I should be touching it. But should I lick
Exactly.
it?
Definitely not that.
Definitely not that. That's interesting though, because I was in a class one time, and they had us bring in something that was special to us, and I thought they were going to have us tell a story about it. Instead, they were like, hand it to the person next to you, and then they'll tell a story about it. And that was kind of
Oh.
interesting, but it kind of sucked because like I brought something super precious to me, and the other person was just holding it like they were going to drop it, and they were acting like it was just some piece of tin or something like that. And I was just
You're
like,
you need
give
to be
that
careful with that.
back to me.
You're like, that says fragile on it, and you are just handling it like an animal.
And I might have to kill you.
That's
But
an interesting take on show and tell. That's like
yeah,
show, tell, and show, don't tell,
show
pass,
don't tell.
they'll
Yeah.
tell.
Well, it was interesting because then the person would tell a story about it, and it was totally made up, and then they'd hand it back to the person who owned it, and then they'd tell the actual story. So it was actually kind of fun, except for that trauma of having somebody almost break your most precious item. But that's a great idea. Do you have a venue yet that you want to do it?
Yeah. So one of the places I host open mic is at. It's called Best Comedy Club Near Me. That's literally
Oh
the
yeah, that place is
title of the
cool.
venue.
I love that place.
It's
At the
great.
Zephyr
Yeah.
Theater. Yeah,
Yeah, it's
I like
actually
that
it's
spot.
right in front of right by the Zephyr Theater there, and they do really reasonable rentals. So I probably do over there. It holds like a theater of like 45, 50,
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
and yeah, we're gonna break that out in the summer at some point.
Great.
And my wife will host too. She's a full of energy as well, and she's she's silly and she likes the idea too. So we're gonna do like this like a not a lesbian comedy show, but obviously it'll be two lesbian hosts that
Yeah, that's an
host this show,
incidental part
and
of it. Yeah, it sounds
yeah,
cool.
yeah, exactly. It comes with it. So
I love that space. It has a really good vibe to it too. At least when I've
it
been there.
really does.
Yeah,
Yeah,
really enjoy
it
it.
always does. I just did a show there on Sunday for Record Scratch Comedy, and it was a same thing. Great vibe, guaranteed good time.
That's something I want to point out too is on your Instagram, because unfortunately this show looks like it's going to be over now already. But on your Instagram, you can see what your dates are that are coming up. So if anybody wants to go see Amie, if you're in Los Angeles, the dates are there on her Instagram page. And the Instagram is Ready Amie Fire. Ready Amie Fire. Ready Amie Fire. On the marquee. On the marquee,
That's exactly
this
it.
is not a lesbian comedy show. So yeah, so that's cool.
100%.
That is cool. Anyway, unfortunately, it's time for our dance break. Unfortunately, we're going to have to dance. This has been
Like sharks.
like sharks. This has been so nice having you on the show. Uh-oh.
It's been so nice to be here.
Uh-oh. What happened? What happened?
Oh,
my gosh. Those little interstitials get us every
pinball.
time. So yeah, it's been great having you on the show. Maybe we can go play some pinball later on. That would be cool.
Definitely.
And everybody look out for where Amie is going, and also look for this new show that's happening in the summer. Go to Ready Amie Fire.
Show.
Yeah, not a lesbian comedy show. That's the tagline.
Exactly.
All right, dance break time. We've got music by the Lady Shelters. I'm not sure why they're called that, but we've had them on the show before. It's going to be wonderful. And thank you so much for being on the show, Amie.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. It's been a blast.
Okay, great. Dance break time. thought of for you, and then you said that your wife also thought of this song.
She comes in colors everywhere. She combs her hair. She's like a rainbow. Coming colors in the air. Oh, everywhere. She comes in colors. Have you seen her dressed in blue? See the sky in front of you, and her face is like her sails, make her fly so far up there. Have you seen a little bit?
All right, thanks everybody for being here today. Thanks, Amie. This has been Lunch Therapy. Join us Tuesdays and Fridays at noon, and check out Ready Amie Fire and like and subscribe. And we'll see you soon. See you later, Amie.
Thanks, Joel.